By George, I think I've got it.
Hybrothetical Thinking.
I saw that Bigfoot walking across the screen and I thought to myself, wow, they are real.
I ask us all, is that really reasonable?
Hybrothetical Thinking.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
I'll show you a little of the evidence.
Hybrothetical Thinking.
Researchers at Stanford University School of Medicine have pioneered a cancer vaccine that eliminated all traces of cancer in mice.
You could find evidence of that, my friends. You could change the world.
Hybrothetical Thinking, a podcast for the hypothetical thinker.
Greetings, travelers, and welcome to Hybrothetical Thinking. The semi-formative podcast explores the journey from probability into Johnny's nose canal, down through his throat.
Oh my God.
Tickling his little Adam's apple.
Okay. Oh.
Popping out his eyeball, finding its way down to his small nipples.
Okay.
And then traveling very quickly down into the realm that we call his butthole. My name is Nick Floyd, and I'm joined by my co-hosts.
Oh. I'm Taylor Nelson. Hey.
I'm Johnny Clark, and I don't condone my anatomy being presented and ending with any orifice.
And guys, we're back.
We're back.
We didn't go anywhere, but we're back.
We're back on another week. It's a week later.
We're back and together.
And we are together. The three of us are in a room together.
A very long room.
The energy is insane.
It is insane. And we'll talk about why it's insane in just a minute. But first, I want to explain how this works. So the way this works is that either Taylor or myself will do the research for our weekly episodes, and Johnny, sweet Johnny, little blue sweatshirt wearing, fingernail clipping Johnny
I don't
McJohnster,
clip my nails, I bite them.
goes into every episode completely blind, sort of like a turtle in winter. Meaning he has no idea what we're covering each week.
Hibernation.
Turtles do not come out of their shell in the winter.
They hibernate?
Possibly.
I think
They possibly hibernate.
If I know anything from Over the Hedge, it's that turtles hibernate. And they're also amphibians.
Why would
they're reptiles.
Why would they not hibernate? It just makes it's too logical.
Why wouldn't they?
Yeah, it's too logical.
I don't know. Maybe they can find some, because I know there's certain animals that can lower their digestive and their anatomy or whatever in a way that can slow their metabolism in their brain, and they could survive in cold places longer than any warm-blooded creature. So I feel like turtles could do that.
Exactly. So back to the energy we were talking about that we were feeling. Guys,
oh, fuck me, I guess.
We're excited. We're feeling a lot of energy because I got something real important to tell you guys.
What?
Happy 25th birthday.
25th
25?
birthday?
This is our silver day.
This is episode 25.
Number 25.
If my
right,
years
Andrew
went
Jones
by in
number.
weeks, I'd be dead already.
Yeah.
What? Because the episodes are weekly, so therefore 25th is 25th. But anyways.
It's crazy.
It's fucking badass.
I didn't follow that, but I trust you.
No, so like 25 years is 25 years, but it's 25 birthday episodes. So if I was 21, but every week was a birthday, I'd be dead by now.
Or you just have a lot of birthdays. It just be a really high number.
Yo, you're right.
You would have just lived to like 250?
No, you're
Be an
right.
oddly high
I don't
number.
know.
Actually, you're right. I'm 2,000 years old. You know, Johnny, you count wrong.
52 times your age, I guess.
52 times
true.
25, 200, and 2,000. I don't know.
There's a 10 in there. I don't
We
know.
talked about
Ends with
last
a
week.
zero.
I know people have been sitting on eggshells waiting to find out what big thing we're doing this week to celebrate episode 25.
I don't even know what it is, actually.
Guys, we traveled all the way to Edison, New Jersey, the home of Thomas Edison.
Oh,
The three of us together, the High Bros, we're in Edison, New Jersey to celebrate the 25th episode.
25 in Edison, New Jersey. That's why the power is so insane.
It is. It's so insane.
because-
Some would say that would light the world.
Incandescent light bulb.
Not a coincidence, guys. We're just happy to be here.
Yeah, it was coincidence. It wasn't like pre-thought.
If you see how dope this room is right now, we're all in leather chairs. There's a hardwood table in front of us right now. We are fucking living it.
We are in a Wolf on Wall Street style ballroom right now.
Every prime minister or president or emperor in the world is sitting at the table listening to us in the European Union, the United Union, listening to this podcast in this room.
The lights are... Taylor, you know what? Why don't you describe to the people at home the vibe of this room right now?
Well, the vibe, we're in an oblong rectangular room. We're looking at about 12 feet on the y-axis. On the x-axis, we're looking at about 27.3, 27.4 feet. To the right, I mean, we've got a little fake bamboo tree.
It's true.
We got a cool little window with some stuff. I got Nick to my right. I got my boy Johnny on my left. And to my far left, that's right. We got our boy Danny in here with us.
Joplin's in the room. He's
Live
in the
listener.
room.
You can feel his energy all the way back there. It's coalescing. It's pumping this way, and it's powering us. It's
A lot of
empowering us.
pheromones.
He's
a
our
lot of
cheerleader.
pheromones. Yeah. It's just. Yeah. This is going to be a
It's
weird
good to have
episode.
him. We actually didn't give him a microphone because of the episode, was it 22, 23 with NASA. We didn't give him a microphone just for cause and effect in case something went crazy. We didn't give him a mic this time.
Yeah. We weren't sure how he'd be able to handle yet another episode, and we kind of made the promise that we wouldn't have a guest again, and we didn't know we'd be seeing him in 2 weeks. So
did
here
not
we
know.
are.
Happy surprise.
He's just watching us right now, and it's going to be a very uncomfortable episode. Like, just watching him watch us.
I can feel his eyes.
Anyway, the only eyes I want to feel right now, Taylor, is the eyes of... I don't know where I'm going to go with that, but give us the fucking news, would you?
I know where we're going with this because we're going to talk about some stupid-looking googly ass eyes, dude.
Googly ass eyes?
Yeah. Before we get into this news, I'm gonna touch on what Johnny was saying a minute ago about dumb hibernation shit.
Wait, what do you mean it's not dumb? It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was good.
Animals
It was
can
good.
control their metabolism to stay alive in winter.
It is good.
You die of hypothermia because of that.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Okay.
So my news last week or whenever it was, a couple weeks ago, that I chunked. I don't know why, but maybe I said it. I don't even remember. But,
Repeat.
But I had this bit of news, which was like in Florida. I guess they had like a cold snap in Florida. I can't remember what time. It was earlier in the year, I guess. There was like a weird cold snap where it got kind of chill, maybe down in the 50s or something, in a time of year where it's not supposed to get that cold.
Yeah.
Fucking iguanas are just like falling out of the trees everywhere.
Are they
in Florida.
dying?
Yeah, they're just like flopping out on the road. They're
no.
falling out of trees. They're everywhere.
Fucking drunk.
Yeah, and in South America, iguana is actually like a delicacy.
So they're
I trust it. I eat like frog legs and shit. It's probably good. Like alligator.
Dude, no.
Yeah, so this one dude starts
Nasty.
collecting them up off the street because they're just literally just falling out of the trees. Just blah. And he pops them all up, pops them in his car. He's on his ride home, kicks the heat on in the car.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
Get out.
5-10 minutes later down the road, these little iguanas are going nuts because they're full of life all of a sudden. They were not dead. They
post-mortem.
were hibernating. Just like the quick cold snap just sent them into like, not hibernation, but their body was, they lowered, like what you're saying, they lowered everything. So they just lowered the heart rate and they're just chilling. And then they came back to life in the car.
Oh, my
That's
God.
wild.
That's like a
I've
scene out of
never-
Space Jam.
Yes. Yep. All right, but
Give us the news.
back to these dumbass googly eyes, dude. So this is off of Vice.com. I'm just stealing it straight off their fucking site.
Great source.
Whatever. So last week it says, but this is in print, so it could be any week. But it's obviously prior to this one. So an owner of a fish shop in Kuwait.
Fish owner. So one person who owns a guppy.
My goldfish is looking a little furry.
Little beta fish.
He decided to liven up his shelf space a little bit when his fish, they don't look too perky. They start going bad. Their eyes glaze over and shit, and they start looking poopy and yellowy and gross, right?
Flushing down the toilet.
Yeah, that's when you throw the fucking fish away.
You don't sell the fish anymore.
Yeah, you
That's the
don't sell that
solution
damn
to your
fish.
problem.
So this guy takes little crafty, arts and crafts googly eyes that, little clear eyes with a little shaky pupil.
No.
Pops them in those fish, right?
What?
To sell them, yeah. Pretty fucking badass.
Well, some of the fish have those eyes. Some of the fish
look
have
just like it.
huge fucking ball eyes.
They look just like it.
But come on.
Apparently he's getting in trouble with some Kuwaiti health department or whatever. Because people are apparently pissed, but you can smell when a fish is bad. But apparently this article says that is a telltale sign that a fish is okay, it's past its prime, is when its eyes yellow and sink in and shit.
So is he getting in trouble
This is
because he's selling rank fish or because he's putting the googly eyes on him?
I think it's a mix of both. I think it's 2-day-old fish, so it's that's that's not fresh fish. So that's kind of a scam a little bit. And the other side is you're putting fake shit on a fish. Who knows what else you're doing?
So
I put a fake shit on a cupcake, but I still eat it.
Oh, that's a real good point. I like that. Valid. Kuwait, listen up.
Are these fish being sold to eat or to have as pets?
To eat. To eat.
to eat.
People, who's buying dead
These are
fish
dead
as
fish.
pets?
Yeah, these are dead fish.
Are they dead?
They're
dead.
they're
I thought you said they were
completely
dying.
dead.
Oh, what the fuck?
No, they're
Who would sell
going
dying?
bad.
Wait, I want to see Johnny. Explain your logic to
So
me.
back in my hometown,
People sold dying fish.
Yeah, there used to be this Petco, right? And I could see like maybe a fish is like past its prime, a whole bunch of school of fish are like becoming. It's like they may be like let's say 30 days, and they're definitely not at their prime. Goldfish barely live like I don't know a month, and so like I don't know.
The goal is to keep them alive at the store.
I don't know. Anyway, well, yeah. I'm saying though, I thought you were saying that they had them alive long enough. And like, well, they're not going to sell because they're almost going to. We know in like a couple weeks they're going to die.
let's just slap
That's
some
awesome.
Googly
Yeah,
eyes on the
that's
fish
what I
in
was
the
fucking
tank.
Make them look like Japanese anime
Exactly.
fish. Oh shit, that's a good idea.
That's what I was fucking
How would
thinking.
it
you're saying.
stick in the
Okay.
water though? That's defying.
I didn't fucking. I
physics.
was so confused. Now you know why I'm on the fence
Or they
here.
paint them on.
waterproof glue.
So here's my question: if they're going to sell fish and they're all dead. I just don't understand. If you put the googly eyes on the fish, you can fucking see those are fucking googly
Not
eyes.
if the fish
No,
is laying
dude.
there.
Yeah,
No, yeah, it is. You can't tell me you can't see a little ball. Yeah.
Go ahead and take a look, dude.
No.
Go ahead and take a look.
Take a look.
No, dude. When I look at a dead fish, I can tell those things are sunk in its face and they're definitely not moving. A
Well,
googly eye fish-
okay. So we don't live at the beach. I mean, maybe you're talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
experiences you've had
Yes.
near the beach.
I've seen
or
many dead
whatever.
fish.
We've all seen many dead fish, but from what I understand, this article is saying that a fresh fish, its eyes will look fresh. And once they start sinking in and look yellow, like
Yeah.
you're talking about,
Yeah.
and it's almost like, hey, where's the eye? It's not even there. That's like, you're not supposed to buy
My point
that
is,
fish.
though, there's a total difference between a live fish's, I guess, retina or pupil and a piece of plastic and a black dot that moves in space.
Yeah, from up close, but I'd say 4 feet away,
So you're not
5 feet away.
So when you're buying your fish, you're like, 100 yards away, I want that one.
I mean, it's a market system, right? Kuwait, it's a
yeah, right.
market
Don't they
system.
throw it and shit? Right? Isn't that how they sell fish? Hey, throw it down the line.
Oh, man. Well, I think it's their fault then. If they're not checking these damn fish for
Where
like.
the fuck is Kuwait? Is that on?
Rush.
No, Kuwait is in
It's the Middle East, but it's in the Middle East. But it's
Please hold.
is it an ocean? I thought it was landlocked. I
Kuwait is in the
thought I
Middle
was
East,
good
near
at
Basra.
geography.
And Hafar al-Batin.
Of
Is it
course, we know where
landlocked
those are,
completely?
Nick.
It is not landlocked.
It's not landlocked. Okay, so there's some
I
sense
feel like
here.
the people who live on a non-landlocked place, like a country or a state, you should know what a fucking fish should look like post-mortem.
Right, yeah. That's
Well,
why I was wondering if it was landlocked or something, it's
They're
like,
like, oh, yeah.
way off
It's
from
a
the beach.
fish,
It's
yeah.
like, oh yeah, whatever. Even if it was 2 days old, you got to assume it's gonna be 2 days old
So,
to get here.
There's got to be other
right?
things you could do to a fish's eyes besides put fucking plastic on them to fix
I don't
it.
know, man. I
Pull
think
them
that's a
out.
pretty
Yeah,
good.
pull them out or chop the head off.
Wow, Johnny just busted this motherfucker wide open again.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
It's not the first time Johnny's done this, but he did it. He busted this
Sorry.
motherfucker wide open. Chop the damn heads off, Kuwait, and you
That's
can
what I'm
sell
saying.
shit. Fillet them. Yeah, fillet 'em. You don't have to sell the whole fish.
You don't
Yeah.
have to sell the head. It's
That's
just
good. Yeah,
parts
that's a good point, dude.
But
That's
here,
a really
the
good
most
point.
important question about it: what's the markdown on the fish?
Is there? Are they pressing it
I
up?
think that's
you
the
probably
thing.
priced
And
enough to pay for the Googly
Googly
eyes.
eyes. And glue, Elmer's glue.
He's losing 4 cents per fish, but he buys the
Sell the
fuckers
fish.
in bulk, man.
The fish are moving. That's the point.
I don't know. I think it's kind of convincing from a distance, but I don't know. I would probably not buy it either. It stank like some ass, dude. It would smell like 2-day-old fish.
I feel like, for me personally, any fish that is dead, as soon as it's not living, I feel like I smell nastiness around it.
I don't want to buy a full fish.
Live fish smell like assholes.
Yeah, but you don't.
I want to.
Dude,
you
I
don't
used
play
to-
fish.
I used to work at a Pike's nursery, and it's like a plant nursery and shit. And then we sold outdoor, like bird seed, dog stuff, and pond stuff. And my job was I was the pond guy.
Pond guy. I'm the
This
pool
dumb
boy.
fucking title, dude. I was the aquatic life champion. That was the title, dude.
champion.
The champion.
I'm changing your name on our website. Taylor Nelson,
The
Aquatic
aquatic
Life Champion.
Wait, so but you deal with live fish then?
Yeah, like
What life?
pond koi and stuff like that.
I like koi, yeah.
And when you
koi.
said like they were like, oh, they're not cute anymore. It's like, dude, that shit would happen. We would get them in
Yeah.
tiny little things. They'd be like an inch long, 2 inch long, and they're koi. And so koi get pretty big.
I've had koi.
You got to
but they
whisper
would get
them
to a
into.
certain size, and no one would want to buy
Yeah,
them.
once they
anymore.
get, it's like a puppy. Once they get a certain
Yeah.
point, they're like, I don't want that fish. It's already past its cute phase.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, who wants a chicken? They want
I
a
can't
chick.
train that koi fish anymore. But no, just the fucking vats that they sent out. Like I kept them nice and clean, but they smell like farts, dude.
I just
Straight up
in my
farts.
mind, as soon as a fish reaches a point of maturity and you know it's eating lots of shit, you know it's a bottom feeder, it just smells horrible.
Well, koi is a bottom feeder, I believe, but most
Yeah.
fish aren't.
Even the case, I don't know
Oddly
if there's any
enough-
fish that
Hey,
use
Johnny, do you like
Dude.
fish and chips?
No.
You don't like fish and
I
chips?
hate fish, period. The only fish I'll ever eat is raw, like sushi, because I mask that shit with wasabi.
What raw fish do you
don't
like?
any fish.
Salmon and
Salmon?
Salmon.
The fuck says that?
Salmon.
Salmon. salmon. I like Alaska. I like crab. I guess it's a delicacy. Something like
Wait,
fish.
do you normally pronounce that word like that?
No, but
why did you pronounce it like that?
I don't
Sound
know.
smarter?
No.
Tell everybody right now. It's
know
the 25th episode. We're going to be
Salmon.
transparent.
I don't say that. Right?
Salmon.
I also don't say crevasse or vase.
Crevasse.
Yeah.
Crevasse.
There's only one thing I say that Taylor knows. What is it, Taylor? What is it? What's the word I say that?
Oh, I know it. It's not situation. Scenario.
No, scenario. So scenario. Taylor, I always forget that word. Thanks, buddy.
Somehow I got
so
it. All
what was
right.
the question?
Two tries.
I lost my train of
Oh
thought.
yeah, I don't eat any fish because
he doesn't eat fish.
to me, no fish I've ever had
dog.
any tuna, like trout. Every time I eat it, it tastes so nasty.
Okay,
to me.
bud. All
I
right.
was trying to get him good.
We need to get Johnny some
No matter
fried catfish.
What
dude.
you know,
fried
I've had
catfish.
catfish. I
boy.
catch you guys in San Jose. It tastes like the devil, dude. It tastes nasty.
You know what the devil
Catfish is
tastes
the best
Fish.
The devil tastes like fish?
Yeah, to me it does.
Devil tastes like Dante's Red Hot.
When are you eating the devil?
Well, I mean fish.
So the fish are the devil?
Yeah, it tastes nasty.
All right, now next week's
I don't
episode,
know,
we're going to talk
man.
about religion, and Johnny's going to talk to us about why
Dude,
fish
I-
tastes
dude,
like
Some
the
this
people
devil.
would argue
tastes
that
so
fish is
bad.
like the one thing we're supposed to be eating all the time.
Yeah,
'cause
it
it's so
has
plentiful.
omega 3s, has omega 6, has great fatty acids.
Fish
super,
oils?
super.
You
I
can
eat
eat
I like
fish
fish oil.
fins like a catfish, man. You
No.
bust those
Oh,
fins off. You eat the
fuck,
fins. It's like a little
Crawfish.
chip.
No.
I like any kind of seafood. There are some seafoods I've never had. I've never had like a sea cucumber
You ever
or
had,
any of those like weird
escargot?
things. Yeah,
Snails are good?
yeah, I like snails.
Octopus is good?
Octopus is
Ever
bomb,
had
dude.
shark?
Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
I like
Shark's
swordfish,
alright, you know?
lobster, crabs, and raw. That's literally
Weird, man.
Every bottom feeder besides fucking.
Catfish.
That's not the first
Yeah.
time I've heard Johnny talk about crabs.
No.
Oh, it is or isn't? I don't have crabs. I don't have crabs. No offense, I thought crabs was a joke until I was like 18. I was like, you're telling me
Then
this?
Johnny saw one and was like, whoa, what the fuck is that?
I saw on Jackass. Fucking Steve-O had
Oh,
crabs,
yeah.
and I was like, that's real?
That's real.
There are things out there that are called crabs.
Yeah, Mr. Krabs,
I don't know
SpongeBob
about that, I don't
SquarePants,
know.
bro.
Is it that they literally look like crabs, or are they just lice?
I think at that specific like microscopic level, they apparently can pinch you.
No, okay.
But they don't look
Pincers.
like a fucking crab.
Pincers.
Pinches.
Pincers. Dude,
Sorry.
another weird thing that these people, not this guy in Kuwait, but another person, I guess one of his competitors. So this is a pretty shitty fish market, wherever this is in Kuwait. Don't buy fish from this Kuwait fish market. But another guy was filling his fish with nails.
Nails?
Like
To-
fingernails?
No, like
nail
metal
nails.
nails to like increase the weight.
They're filled with water.
And kill the person who eats it?
Yeah.
Well, they're not going to eat it. Just take a big bite out of it.
Yeah, but they're gonna chop it up and find fucking like nails. Put something in
They're
there,
gonna
like
fillet
put something in there that will dissolve, like water.
Well, yeah, but
There are-
water's kind of heavy, but
Yeah, I want to
but
get
it would
tetanus
be
while I eat my
bloated.
But
fish.
no
you-
one's gonna find out. I feel like I'm smarter than half these freaking fish
I don't know.
salesmen.
I don't know. I think nails is.
Yeah, but you're
They're
gonna
not
find
nails, but-
fucking nails.
I don't think there's anything you put in there that would be heavy that you're not going to find.
Water.
You'd see water immediately. Though it'd be
you
bloating.
cut
It'd
it
be
up-
like a big balloon.
Olive pits.
Maybe.
Think
There are
about like a gallon. That's 8 pounds.
there are
You know, obviously, you
thing-
wouldn't get a whole gallon. of
there are
fish, but-
things that you could put in the fish that would increase weight besides fucking an object
Just
that
catch
could
bigger
kill you.
fish.
nails. Yeah, like
Sounds
little
easy.
BBs or like little lead balls.
So, yeah, something that would
Or like wood, like because there are some
or soak it in something that would
like
cause
the
Oh,
weight.
yeah,
wood,
wood chips and
the wood
shit.
chips. Yeah, just
Yeah,
put
yeah.
wood chips in it. You dummy.
You dummy.
You big
It's like
dumb.
you're putting.
dummy.
You know, like when your parents say, "Don't." Whenever you get, 1 second. Whenever you get food in Halloween, bring us the food. We want to see if there's any razors, any like.
Yeah,
like,
they eat that
actually
shit.
see-
Yeah, right,
well,
yeah.
So
Exactly,
it's
dude.
like we want
Take
to see
out
if
all
it's
the
dangerous.
Reese's and give us all
Why
the
would
dumb
a
shit.
merchant be putting in dangerous objects for people to consume? It's like you
Well,
want to go out of business.
If
Fuck
I
you,
was
dumbass.
sales-
You know,
sale.
it's not a fish stick.
No, because you go out
you
of
know?
business.
It's not a fish stick or a burger. They're not taking a bite in it. They got to fillet this
But
fish.
they're still
going
gonna find that shit
to
inside.
find it. But I guess
At that point,
I guess it only they got to
get
get that
sued.
one single sale.
That's the whole point.
And I don't know. Maybe getting sued there is not a thing. I don't know.
FDA regulations are different in Kuwait.
Probably. It's like one
Are
time
there
offer.
any federal
no returns.
regulations there? I don't know.
No returns.
If we have any listeners in Kuwait, could you tell us how shit is in Kuwait?
And we will
Verify
Kuwait.
Is there an FDA?
We
Is
will
there a
Kuwait right
health
here.
Kuwait right
board?
here.
If there's not, we will empower you to create.
I have a
one.
question. So wait, they're putting these. So Kuwait. They're putting these.
Why
nails-
do you keep saying that?
They're putting nails in these fish
Through the buttholes of the fish.
to
Yeah.
give them more Kuwait.
Shut up.
To give them more Kuwait.
Shut up, Johnny.
Wow, that's awesome.
I fucking hate you.
You gave me a pun a second ago. You can't say you hate me.
Go fuck yourself. It doesn't work.
Keep trying to rhyme it.
It
Which
doesn't
way?
I'm way better at this. You guys are. Puns are my style.
Yeah. Sorry.
There are better skills to have, but I'll
There
take
are
it.
better skills. And
I
you
can,
don't
I can
have-
drill a basketball between my legs.
I can't do that. I mean, I've never tried because I don't play basketball.
Oh.
I can dunk though. I used to dunk
What?
in high school. Yeah,
You can dunk.
Dunk on a 10-foot goal?
yeah, in high school. Yeah,
Yeah, on
I
what?
believe
The,
it.
the
I believe
Fisher
it.
Price,
Regulation-
the Fisher Price nets
believe
that
it.
went above pools.
Yeah, dude. I
believe it.
had the farthest long jump in high school. I could dunk. I just never played basketball because I was like, I'm not gonna go hands in hands against some like 6 foot tall guy. I'd rather play soccer where no one touched each other. They did get a card. I'll stay safe.
Are you damn right?
Safe. He's
And I can jump tall or jump high. I'm a dumbass.
I jumped tall. Johnny jumped tall.
Johnny jump.
That's why they call him Johnny Jumps. Johnny Jumping Jacks.
Jump
I don't know
up.
if I've ever heard of
Call him
that.
Johnny Jumping Jacks back in high school.
Johnny
Triple
jumps.
J.
I don't,
Because
I don't
every
jump.
time he jumped, his dick popped out.
I don't. I don't jump people because I'm too scared to get hurt.
That's a legitimate fear.
Probably.
Got jump
I
one
feel like
time.
people get scared.
I got jump one time.
Did you lose your
That's
stuff?
some bullshit.
Do you lose your stuff?
It got so
No,
real
hell
all of
no.
a sudden.
No, hell no. I didn't get whooped. What are you guys crazy? I did get jumped though. They tried to jump me, but it ended. Yeah.
You killed him with
Amicably.
kindness, didn't you?
Ended up mutual destruction
Now you guys
of
are
like
friends?
zero destruction.
Okay.
Fuck no.
we ended
This
up
guy-
being mutual friends.
It was 3 people, and they were deep pieces of shit. I can explain the story if you
How
want.
deep were they?
Dude, one of them had a glazed over eye and like 4 teeth.
Oh my gosh.
And he was
classy.
like 60 years old, and I was like 17.
You're like, I'm gonna take
So it
you
was
down and your
A
family.
little odd.
yeah.
Hey, Shanny,
give me your wallet.
It was a little odd. but
Taylor Nelson.
that guy's lucky
You done walked on
that,
my property
that
too
it got
many
broken up
times.
because I would have killed.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that was some cool news.
I don't know where that went, but it went there. Episode 25. Anything can happen.
EP 25.
EP 25.
That's quite a way to 100.
Well, Taylor, thank you.
Well, you know, I just wanted to bring it to the table and give it 110%. I just want to thank my teammates. I want to thank the energy that's being brought to me from my far left shoulder over here, the other side of the table.
Danny.
Really helped me through that whole exchange.
It's real good.
Thank you.
Real quick though, before we jump into today's topic, Taylor, how you doing today?
I'm doing okay. I was in the airport for a long time today, man. My flight got delayed. But
Whack.
you know, it was kind of cool though. I had some trail mix on the plane, so that really helped me over. I listened to my iPod, which I thought was broken, and it wasn't. So that was cool.
Getting the good vibes, good
Yeah,
energy
man, it was
from
good.
today.
And we got up here, and the weather was nice. It feels kind of brisk outside. Got to this hotel, met all my friends, and I'm fucking happy.
We are your friends.
How you guys doing?
Johnny?
I'm doing great. I finally have news, I guess. We have an Instagram that we've been like loading like crazy.
Oh, shit.
And we're growing like the facial hair on Forrest Gump and Forrest Gump.
Sick reference, bro.
Thanks, buddy. I didn't know where to pull from that from. But yeah, we're posting all the time. And literally, now that I'm hearing you guys talk, I'm like trying to think of ideas and things to pull off in the now. So be funny, because I'm going to use it.
Be funny.
Besides that, I'm great.
Typical. Just be funny.
Nate,
I think these people should follow us on Instagram.
Yeah,
follow us on
Fucking
Instagram.
get
What are we,
involved.
Johnny?
Hybrothetical Thinking.
Yeah, it's the same for everything. We
That's
keep it
easy.
easy.
That's easy.
Keep it easy. Yeah, there's memes, there's gifs,
We'll
there's
interact
lots
if
of
you give us
Taylor.
ideas.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, we will totally interact. Interactable. Okay, Nick, how are you doing?
You know, I'm doing great.
Yeah.
I'm doing great. I'm feeling real excited about this episode. It's a weird one. And I'm
Uh-oh.
excited about it, but I have some Death Wish coffee in front of me, so I'm good to go.
Deathwish coffee.
I'm gonna
energizing.
get wilding out.
Wow, crazy.
I'm gonna get rapid.
Yeah, I'm the first person to say that coffee usually puts me to sleep, but I have a feeling this stuff's not gonna put me to sleep.
No.
Coffee does not put me to sleep. I actually survive off a large amount of coffee every morning. I literally cannot do anything until I have my coffee in the morning. Why I can
need
take
it.
a piss. I do take a piss. Right off the bat, I have to do that. But other than that, it's like, okay, this is a weird thing. Okay. So when you say I drank a cup of coffee this morning,
Yeah.
what the fuck are we talking about?
It's a mug.
A mug, yeah, but how many cups is in a mug? I don't
10,
even know.
10 ounces?
So
12
I have
ounces.
no idea how much
Between-
coffee I drink in a day because I make a pot of coffee. I usually fill it up to the 10 line, so I'm assuming that's 10 actual cups of coffee.
Oh my god.
I don't drink all that.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody else drinks a cup or two, but I
You're
drink
not that
3
short.
cups. I drink 3 big old mugs of it.
Okay.
Right? I don't know how many cups that is. Like literal cups. I would
I
imagine
think it's 2.
I think
one mug is 2 cups.
Well, it depends on the mug. I mean,
so. I think
the mug
10
I
ounces.
drink out of is massive.
Oh, okay. Then
I
it
would
might be
s-
more like 4.
I would say 10 ounces
Double it.
universally.
Yeah, I think I'm drinking like a 3.25 cups per coffee. So I'm drinking like
Per capita.
possibly 9 cups of coffee a day.
It might be.
That's a lot of coffee, Taylor. And by the time you get to like 80, you're going to be like an IV full of coffee.
My teeth aren't yellow though.
No, your teeth are pretty white.
Yeah.
And you're not.
You know,
That's
you
cool,
look,
though.
You look great.
You know what? I slowed down on my sweet tea intake
Is
I
that
know,
a thing?
that'll
a very
do it.
long time ago, but when I worked back in the pizza game, it would be like multiple cups of coffee and then like multiple gallons of sweet tea a day.
Oh, that does it.
My teeth.
Taylor,
Sweet
you
tea's the
have
party
the
killer.
worst habits. Coffee, tea, ice cream.
You know what I'm good at though?
Breaking those habits.
Breaking these chains. Guys,
right.
I'm off the fucking creams, man. I'm
is-
off the ice creams, like literally 100%. And I'm so confident in it that I'm not even gonna bullshit you guys. Like 5 or 6 days ago, I had a little tiny half bowl ice cream.
You didn't relapse?
I didn't relapse, man. I dipped my toe in and I was able to walk away.
Which toe?
My middle toe.
Fuck you, cream.
That's the biggest toe, isn't it?
By far.
You got a weird foot, Nick.
I thought the second toe is the longest toe.
No, that's no.
I was talking about my center toe.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
middle
That's the moderately short.
Your middle.
I was talking about my penis, guys.
Oh, you fucked ice cream. You're a weird person.
Yeah, it sounded weird, yeah.
So I've got a great episode.
Yeah, what's the time mark right now?
We're at 30 minutes.
Third of the way through. Let's go.
I'm gonna cut about 6 paragraphs, and we're gonna be good to go.
Sounds good.
Oh, hey, guys. This is just one of your high bros here. I just wanted to pass along a 10% savings at futuremonsters.com. If you're into the Wolfman, if you're into Frankenstein, King Kong, Dracula, you can go to futuremonsters.com and you save yourself 10% on any of the high-quality threads. They got amazing designs on a quality fabric print. I'll tell you right now, I got one last week. It feels really good on my body. If you want to save 10%, put some stuff in your shopping cart, enter into the coupon code. You want to enter in capital HYBRO. That's capital HYBRO. That's Hybro. Capital HYBRO. Get yourself 10% off.
All right, you guys ready?
Check.
I'm ready.
They say that what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. But what if I told you what didn't kill us made itself stronger?
Ooh.
It's
Yeah.
a reverse effect that sounds like something out of a horror movie.
It's okay.
Like a plague. It's something that continuously grows and grows. And what if
Mutates.
this growing danger wasn't even tangible?
I got it. I already figured it out.
I think I know what it is too.
What if it's right in front of us
Nope.
all the time and yet we're unable to see it?
Yeah, I was thinking the fungus from Super Mario movie.
Yeah, I was thinking like diseases and plagues.
I'm talking sort of like the movie Hollow Man starring acting legend Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon.
Or sort of like that movie about that wizard boy who gets the invisible cloak that he puts on so he can wander around and cause shenanigans on school grounds.
I can never remember the name of that dumb shit.
Bald
Fucking Harry
Potter?
Potter.
Called a bald Potter.
Bald planter.
Actually, it isn't like either of those movies.
Oh, I like both of them. So
It's only about one. A true movie featuring disturbing, groundbreaking horror. The movie I'm talking about is Twister.
Oh!
Sorry,
You talking about
Dad.
Twister's getting more and more? Or you talking about Dorothy getting more and more?
You talk about Twister.
It's not gonna bring your dad back, Joe.
Let it go, Joe! Let it go! It's not gonna bring your dad back. That shit gets me
Billy.
I gotta go. I can't stay here with you.
Billy.
I can't be here.
Dude, I love that movie, dude.
Yeah, I love your mom. She makes the best steaks. How does the mom stay alive in the basement? Her house collapsed on her, and she's like, okay.
Not only that, she's got a plethora of murder weapons in her front yard, like that are supposed to be windmills and like wind chimes.
Yeah.
That shit's chopping hella heads off.
She's gonna kill herself on that thing. She's like, oh, my arm hurts. You're dead, ma'am.
So the movie I'm talking about is Twister.
I love this movie.
If a lot of you are scratching your heads right now, I don't blame you. I was scratching mine while I was writing this intro, but I needed something. Something that would monsoon its way into an aggressive spiral, flooding your minds with a hailstorm of mindfuckery. So if you haven't figured it out yet, today's topic is
band
weather
Hailstorm?
control.
Tornado.
All right, all right.
Wait, just weather? Oh, yeah.
Weather control.
Oh.
Yeah, let me do it again. Today's topic is weather control.
Weather control.
So there you go. That's it.
So wait, all types of things, monsoons, hurricanes.
No, that was just a clever way I could tie everything in.
weather. So climate? So we're talking about climate change?
You were talking about weather control.
What does that mean, Nick?
It all started as just a few conversational conference. Fuck.
Oh my! We're about to get taken out of this room. They're gonna come out. Oh, you need to leave. There's people been complaining about your swearing.
Those chairs are leather. You cannot cuss in those.
You can't cuss in leather.
Real
seats.
leather.
It all started as just a few controversial conversations. I was such an idiot for writing that.
Well, yeah, that's a tongue twister.
Con.
That's a tongue twister.
Con weekend.
Twister.
What?
A tongue twister. Kaway.
Twister.
It all started as just a few controversial conversations, sort of like this podcast. But it wasn't until the mid-1960s where weather warfare was executed as an attempt to jump ahead of the times in order to hold the upper hand against the enemy during the Vietnam War.
Weather warfare?
You're
WWF?
damn right. Weather warfare.
What the fuck?
WWF. A highly
Why do they get
classified
sued?
weather modification program was launched under the name Project Controlled
Damn, Nick.
Damn it.
Why'd you write this like this?
Project Controlled Water Popeye Motor Pool Intermediary Compatriot,
Whoa.
also known as Operation Popeye for short.
Tight.
This program utilized cloud seeding in an attempt to extend the monsoon season in Vietnam over the areas of Ho Chi Minh Trail. The key objective was to soften road surfaces causing landslides along roadways, washing out river crossings and maintain saturated soil conditions beyond normal time span. The 54th Weather Reconnaissance Squadron carried out the operation using the slogan, "Make mud, not war."
It sounds like Pauly Shore should have been the star of that movie.
It does sound like it, doesn't it? The operation started on March 20th, 1967, and all rain-making operations ceased on July 5th, 1972.
How do they seed a fucking cloud? Sorry. That
It's
sounded
funny.
like a talk breath.
Wait, what? What's
How do they seed a cloud?
You know, that's a great... Thanks for asking, Taylor.
You got it.
Just trying to probe you there, sir.
So I just want to take a moment and answer your question, Taylor. I want to explain how cloud seeding works and why it was the focus during the United States' first attempt at weather warfare.
Okay.
Cloud seeding is considered a common technique to enhance precipitation, and how this is done is by spraying small particles, such as silver iodide, onto clouds to affect their development.
So it's like steroids for clouds.
It is like steroids for cloud.
Silver?
Okay,
Clouds,
so
yeah.
then what you're saying is that
Metal?
America is giving steroids to clouds, making these clouds reach puberty way faster than they wanted to, and then they're just going to be like prepubescently like spraying out this rain on these roads, and the roads give
Some
way.
would say they'd be ejaculating.
I don't want to go there, but yeah.
Or sweating?
Dude.
Perspiring.
Most like cumuliform clouds hold like 10,000 gallons of water. How the fuck? That's a lot of perspiration.
Okay, so
Fact check that. I have no idea.
without a cloud, isn't a cloud just 100% water? Or like, are there other things in it like that?
So
condensed.
apparently there are other things because cloud seeding only works
And
to the extent that there's already water vapor present in the air.
Well, there's always water vapor in the air.
Is there?
I'm holding water vapor now in my hand. There's water vapor.
Are you?
Yeah. So like the dew. So every day there's a dew point between temperature and dew point. If the dew point's close enough, you can see the condensed water in the air on grass in your car, and that's what you can see as water. But it's always there.
But is it literally in the... I know that you see it sometimes, like especially in the early morning, but like the dew itself,
yeah.
does it condense on the object or does it condense in the air and then fall on the object?
Oh, fuck. I don't know. But regardless, there is always dew, or there always is.
Yeah, it's something always there, but... So I guess there must be a difference in when it becomes water vapor. There must be a different state of this water. Like where it could still be in a cloud in a different state and then becomes water vapor.
Because
and
like it's
the percentage of that water vapor.
It can't be
decides
water.
when it's ready?
Water cannot be in the atmosphere and not fall. It's heavier and more, I guess, dense than air.
Yeah.
Therefore, it would fall.
Well, in warm, humid places is where the water vapor is. So in Vietnam, that actually cloud seeding was the perfect
because it was so
thing
humid.
to do in
Humid as
Vietnam.
fuck? Okay.
Yeah, because it was super humid.
The air is thick. The clouds can be thicker.
Yeah.
So then there should be a state that's not water vapor that is the water as it is risen up and it's condensing and then it condenses into the vapor.
And I rise up.
And then that's when it's like, I can't handle this shit anymore. Ah!
Yeah.
It falls back
Giveaway.
down.
So if I mail up them, I'm gonna ring.
Why didn't we pay attention in 5th grade science class?
I have no idea.
Dude, I used to love using condensation like precipitation. I used to love putting any Asian like ejaculation, constipation, everything.
I like doing Asianalisms on the end of
Asianalisms?
words. Yeah.
Like what?
Sensationalism.
I think I sent Nick one today, actually.
Precipitationalism.
Let me see what it is.
Conversationalism? Sovietism?
I don't know. I'm going to look it
Communism?
up. I sent it to Nick earlier, so.
He did. So while he looks that up, as far as cloud seeding goes, that's pretty much it in terms of how the process works that we know. There's some more scientific jargon that I'm not going to get into. The only types of cloud seeding that are used nowadays are only to manipulate weather at airports and ski resorts.
Oh, I know that.
In a positive way.
Yeah, the first time
That is the
Taylor
first
strikes. Well, I've heard about that at snow places. Like I know a lot of times where I'm from, Michigan, they have to use man-made snow blowers, and they put whatever, like some form of water. I don't know if it's water or ice, and then it'll blow fake snow, slush on the mountain. But you can technically, like I guess, what's the word? Like you can influence the atmosphere at cold places and cause more snow.
Exactly, and so that's essentially what they're doing with cloud seeding, and those are the only two places they do it. On top of Operation Popeye.
Sweetnessationalism.
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 So Operation Popeye remained pretty quiet, and after the Vietnam War, weather warfare seemed to disappear completely. But why? Was it a complete failure? Or was the U.S. government and military protecting themselves from public controversy and perception that they might be playing God? I lean more towards the playing God scenario because in 1977, the Geneva introduced the Convention on the Prohibition of Military or Any Other Hostile Use of Environmental Modification Techniques.
It was that serious?
Yeah, that's actually the name of the convention they created.
I feel like it was like bullshit almost.
It would have to be that serious, man, because we all share the same well, I mean, our airspace is our airspace, but like, you know, the spheres, the stratospheres, the blah 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 spheres, the blah 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 spheres.
We share them all.
We share them.
You're talking about
we share those
our
with the rest of
atmospheres?
our
Troposphere,
atmosphere.
stratosphere,
We share the
chromosphere.
spheres.
You said blah blah sphere?
Chromosphere? Dope, dude.
I think it's a
shiny
chromosphere.
as fuck.
Is there a chromosphere? Pretty
Exosphere?
There might be.
Endosphere?
Exosphere?
Kuwaitosphere?
So what this Geneva
Sphere?
Convention did was it prohibited widespread, long-lasting, or severe effects as the means of destruction, damage, or injury. So that's basically what it did. So after the Vietnam War, for the Geneva Convention, for Geneva to actually create the convention that prohibited the military from using weather warfare, it must have worked.
Yeah, it must have been pretty effective.
It must have been super effective, or else it would have been something that no one would have had to worry
Or
about.
gave a shit
which is the
about.
problem.
They would have to, you don't have to ban something else becomes a problem, like diving in fucking pools.
Right. It's 100%.
No diving, sir.
Don't
No
do it.
diving.
But since then, since they released that, weather warfare has gone completely dark. No one's talked about it. No one has tried it. No one's attempted it. No one's tested it until
Or has it?
1993.
Oh, okay. 1993, the same year that Cool Runnings came out? I doubt it.
1993?
Maybe.
I was born
Maybe.
after Cool Runnings?
That was
Maybe.
shot in the dark. I'm gonna yeah, you might be able to find it faster.
Weatherman.
Let's see here.
No, it has to be closer to 96. Well, it'd
I
be
think-
before 96 for sure.
Did you think so?
Before the Olympics.
It was 1993,
No.
October 1st.
No.
Oh yeah.
So on top of Cool
Oh,
Runnings
yeah.
coming out in 1993, in Gakona, Alaska, the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, also known as HARP, was initiated as an ionospheric research program jointly funded by the U.S. Air Force, U.S. Navy, the University of Alaska Fairbanks, and the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, also known as DARPA. Fuck me. There's so many
Words, syllables.
gigantic
A lot of A's, a lot of R's, P's. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was an insurance company.
HARP or DARPA.
Yeah, I thought
AAR.
AARP. It's HARP. HAARP.
It's got a hard A.
ARP.
Harp.
So the key instrument at HARP is the Ionospheric Research Instrument, or IRI,
Ooh, very nice.
which is a high-power radio frequency transmitter facility operating in the high-frequency band. The IRI is used to temporarily excite a limited area of the ionosphere. For those who don't know, the ionosphere is the ionized part of the Earth's upper atmosphere. And what that really means is that the ionosphere acts as a roof that bounces atmospheric electricity back down to Earth and shields us from being affected by radio frequencies from space.
So we're able to manipulate this and use those same ions in the atmosphere to our advantage via these waves?
Yes, via the high frequency waves, correct.
Fuck yeah.
Sounds very Tesla-like or pyramid-like, if you will.
Yeah.
When I was doing the research for this, I was like, call back to the Giza Pyramid episode?
That's exactly what the
call back to Coral Castle
proposition
as well?
was. Yeah, is that they're using this ionosphere, which obviously surrounds the globe, and it's bouncing all these radio waves around, bouncing different waves around, propagates the waves, useful space.
Yeah.
The government recognizes useful space years after they fucking take all the Tesla stuff. Who knows?
It makes sense. And in the
Connection?
90s, too.
I
I mean,
think
this
so.
is
Illuminati
much
confirmed.
later, which is
wild.
crazy. It is wild. But the best part to me about all of this is that the IRI was contracted by Bay.
Like my girlfriend? Bae?
No, Baywatch.
Bay.
Oh.
What? What?
Bay is the second largest aerospace and defense company. BAE. Do I know what that stands for? Absolutely not. But
British Aeronautics
Elephants.
Electronics. They make like it can't be the same company that makes badass British like mic pre's.
Bay?
BAE, yeah.
Bay might make badass
I heard
mic
Bae
pre's.
was
Mike
poop
Breeze,
in
yeah.
French. I'm pretty sure.
Bay also might be poop in French.
I heard Bae was poop in French.
I think the concept of Bay is that Bay can be whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, Bae.
Bae can be what you want it to be.
Correct. Correct, Johnny. Do you feel you're proud of yourself?
Taylor laughed. That's a yes.
Good. Good.
That was funny.
While construction started in 1993, the IRI wasn't up and operating until 2007. That's 14 years of build time.
Jeez, that would have been a sweet contract to get.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. All of this 14-year build time still happened with the Environmental Modification Convention still in place. So what could they be doing with the HARP facility? Testing frequencies and shit?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, maybe they're trying to say that that's not actually modifying weather. They're just like using the space that's there, maybe.
The best radio frequency in the world.
Right.
But I don't know. With all that electricity talk that, it seemed like Tesla and the power plant might have been doing, it's like, man, wouldn't it create like some electricity up there? I don't know. I don't know exactly, but it seems like it would do something, right?
Right.
Like
So with them
manipulate
coming,
something.
yeah, there's got to be some sort of thing. But some people say that at HARP, and this is one of the large conspiracy theories about this, about HARP and why it's such a big deal in the weather warfare, because it's like, what does altering frequencies in the ionosphere have to do with weather warfare? Well, some say they weren't only using high frequencies to alter the ionosphere, but they were also experimenting with ELFs, which is extremely low frequencies. And with using ELFs, yeah, exactly. They were utilizing the low frequencies to continue exploring the concept of weather weaponization after all these years.
They were making people have landslides. They're making them have mud roads in their pants.
They were.
Well, I mean, yeah, dude, the frequencies that the pyramid was trying to obtain apparently was super low frequencies.
Yeah,
to try and
remember
mimic
from
the
Giza.
Earth's like core tone or whatever. It's supposed to be like 8 hertz or something. It's like
Yeah.
the frequency of the Earth. I don't know how.
Well, in the research that I was looking up,
that frequency.
there is an earth tone frequency. So that's why with frequencies, this is the essentially futuristic. I mean, I know it was only 1993, but this is the futuristic way of altering weather patterns using frequency, because frequency is how you were going to do it, because Earth is based off of frequency.
Yeah, literally everything. Every wave we use is just a different frequency on the spectrum.
So you're saying they're trying to use the frequency to make Earth levitate? Because Earth's already fucking levitating, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
Is it? I don't know. Prove it, Johnny.
Earth
don't know?
Is fucking stop.
Okay. So to be levitated, does that mean that there needs to be something that it's levitated from?
Yeah, so like I guess I would be levitating then because I'm on Earth and Earth is levitating. And yeah, I guess no. Earth's not levitating. Huh, fuck. So oh man.
Oh.
So maybe in an atmosphere, how about this? In an atmosphere, like any celestial body, anything that is attached to the ground would not be considered levitating. However, if you have an object like me in space, I'm not levitating. but because I'm just, I'm a celestial body at that point.
Wouldn't the levitating be
Is it atmosphere?
maybe compared to the gravity that it's interacting with? So if it's not interacting with any gravity, then maybe it's not levitating?
You have to be acting against gravitational pull, but we're acting towards sun's gravitational force.
Yeah.
Fuck. What is levitation?
Tenacious D actually explains it quite clearly. I believe
it's the power to kill a yak.
With mind
bullets. 7 years later, in May 2014, it was announced that the HARP program would be permanently shut down later in that year. Ownership of the facility was then transferred to the University of Alaska, Fairbanks.
Ooh.
HARP was dead. Another dead end for weather modification and weaponization.
Why?
Crazy.
Okay. If weaponizing the climate is so important, like, why make nukes? My argument is that, like, if that's so fucking effective, like, I feel like the biggest thing you could throw at somebody is a nuke. Like, why wouldn't you be using that if you're going to use weather? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I feel like if you're going to use weather, it's pretty under the radar. Whatever. It's pretty like, who's to say, like, they close this HARP down just so now they have the cover of being like, nah, there's no weather manipulation going on, but the whole time they're, manipulating weather all over the globe. Think about this, dude. My brother brought this shit up like last week. So that hurricane that happened in Hawaii.
Yeah.
This is an out there thought, but just entertain it, okay? So the hurricane that happened, there were literally like no other storm systems in the Pacific at all other than this hurricane, right?
The one by itself.
The one. And it headed straight for Hawaii,
Yeah.
straight for fucking the island, right? What was going on at Hawaii at the time?
The volcano.
Fucking volcanoes, dude. Why wouldn't you just send a fucking hurricane to it?
Okay, but
Flood that bitch.
Here's what I would argue, though. Earth as a whole equals out all of it. So when there's a warm spell, there's a cold spell.
Yeah.
When there's a hurricane, there's there's equal opposite, right?
Yeah.
Like you can only push so much sand into the ocean before it gets pushed back out, right? Like, that's what I was taught as a kid. Like you make a sandcastle, eventually it'll take over that thing again. So I have a feeling that, like, if Earth is having, let's say, a volcano, a pimple, it's going to bring over some kind of Kleenex of hurricane. That's my opinion.
I don't know though. I mean, it doesn't. I don't think the Earth can be like. I don't think it. I don't think
it's
the balance
alive.
is that closely related. I think over time the balance it happens.
But not that readily. In a couple months,
Yeah,
span,
not
you can't
like
just like
tit for tat like that.
Yeah.
But maybe I don't know. Maybe so. Maybe the conditions of a volcano out there, some blah 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 blah, make the conditions so that a
like
hurricane could happen.
There's an
I don't know.
atmospheric change when there's warm air leaving a volcano, and that disrupts or disturbs, I guess, the air and like the whatever. The jet streams,
The ionosphere.
the jet streams get changed, and their hot air goes down, warm air goes up, or goes up, and therefore that's when a volcano or not a volcano, a tornado or a hurricane forms.
But then you would think, okay, well then it would need to form right there, not be a hurricane that forms somewhere else and moves towards it.
Right.
I don't know.
The whole thing, the whole point of weather modification, there's not enough online to make sense of it, nor does it make a ton of sense.
Yeah.
So
there's also there's no one who can make it make sense.
It doesn't. But if that's the point being is that if there was a hang up during the late 60s and early 70s, why would someone reinvest in a technology that doesn't work? Or could it be that experimenting with the ionosphere is too risky and controversial? So there's a lot of questions withstanding about the true idea behind weather warfare, and even more questions about HARP and why it even existed in the first place. It didn't take long for rumors and theories to begin leaking out of HARP after the shutdown. Someone who was working on the project actually gave a rundown of what their plans were and what the IRI was truly capable of doing. These things include, but are not limited to, creating earthquakes on demand, manipulating global weather systems and patterns, changing the Earth's rotation speed, redirecting jet streams, redirecting flow of electrojet streams, magnifying and focusing sunlight called sky busting, and even mind control via the extremely low frequency.
Those are all things that they say are viable, that are doable. You're saying all those things are doable things they can do with this, Nick?
Yeah.
So
yes.
Mind control is among
Sorry, I
them.
heard like at the moment I was talking about frequencies, I heard like a fucking frequency in my headphones. We're being tapped.
That was weird.
We're being
Someone's
tapped.
cell phone.
Weird.
Oh, well.
Freak me out. Anyway, ask again.
So all the list of things you just gave, the jet stream, the electron jet stream, the mind control, all those things are things that they think can be utilized.
All those things are apparently what someone who was working closely to the project said that the IRI is capable of doing at HARP, and what their intentions were.
Their intentions. Because if they could do that, if mind control was a feasible thing, at that point, everything's lost. Because then the person who thought that was fucking being mind controlled.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole point, is that if they could actually figure out frequencies with the IRI, which is fucking directly with the ionosphere, that is the closest they could get to actually discovering mind control, utilizing frequencies.
So even if they shut them down, like if that was the goal, if that was a feasible option, they would be still fucking doing that. Like you can't tell me they're gonna just like stop because they got shut down. Like,
well, it's funny you say that, Johnny.
Okay,
it's funny you say that, and I'm getting there, but it's funny you brought that up. Because I thought the same thing.
Okay.
But I also thought that while a lot of it seemed negative, a lot of the things like the mind control and creating storms, it all seemed negative and bad for us, it would be ignorant to not explore the concept that maybe the point of HARP was to study the ionosphere in order to manipulate it into some sort of shield or force field to protect us from unknown threats that would normally be out of our immediate control.
Talk about asteroids.
I'm talking about all sorts of shit. I'm talking about
aliens,
alien mind control.
I'm talking about the universe is a massive place.
I thought you were going to say
shift and change.
I thought you were going to say climate change. I thought you were going to say they were able to change things in the ionosphere to change weather patterns and different
I'm also
cells.
getting there, Johnny.
Oops.
You're fucking jumping ahead.
I don't get the information, guys. I'm just like you at home. I just figure it out, and if I jump ahead, my bad.
So after finding the information about HARP, I reached another dead end. The concept of weather modification in warfare seemed to have resurfaced, only to die once more. But why is this something that resurfaces every now and again, only to disappear again? Is there something bigger at play that we are unaware of? And there fucking is. Because even with the HARP program being inactive, many people have taken to the internet between 2015 and now to show evidence of what appears to be square clouds in the sky.
Dog, I have seen pictures and videos of this, and it is mind-blowing.
It is. And, of course, typical internet. Everyone goes, it's Photoshop, it's CGI,
Yeah, you got to see with your own eyes, Taylor.
There's too many people.
Yeah, I agree. I got to see with my own eyes, but I'm also like, hey, there's a pictures. Why discount it just because Photoshop does exist?
I also saw Jurassic World, but I don't believe dinosaurs are alive right now.
Right, but that's different.
Nope.
It's fucking different.
It's slightly different.
People put something on
100%.
It is a lot different. Yeah.
People put things online for the idea of, holy shit, this is crazy. I would say that's very slightly off kilter from the idea that people are making cinema movies to be like, holy shit, that's crazy. It's fiction.
I still think that's wrong. No, but you don't put things on, you don't document things on the internet and then call it fiction.
People do document shit.
Yeah, people make mockumentaries.
Exactly.
And they fuck with people, but
they do. But it just seems.
I just wouldn't base my life off something I saw on the internet.
Yeah, one of my credible sources.
Okay.
You have
credible source.
Is the internet, YouTube?
It's the fucking internet.
The biggest thing for me is that whether this episode, the research I've done, this is not a conspiracy theory. This is fact. Weather warfare is an actual thing. It is an operation that was shut down that went on for nearly 10 years. And then it went completely dark and silence and everything was destroyed. This is a real thing. So for there to be square clouds in the sky now and cloud modification, it's a harmless and simple way that HARP or the government or another weather reconnaissance squad could be testing manipulation of weather and weather patterns.
Who's to say, though, this is going to sound crazy, I'm no pilot. Who's to say, though, that there's a specific weather...
Yeah, but your brother is.
Yeah, he is. But who's to say that there's a pressure differentiate, whatever, between that cloud formation and just normal atmosphere? And it was a very fine line. And what you were seeing was either a fragmented look into the air, or it was literally that clean cut because that's the way that...
That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of weird clouds out there, but I think the difference is these are people who are familiar with the clouds. And they're like... I've never seen this shit before.
But
that's a fucking square.
It's not just like a square in the sky. It is it's a massive square. I mean, this is like someone laying a roof down on top. But to anybody else, it could just be like, oh, I've never seen that before. Like, when I look in the sky and I see a cloud, I'm like, that looks like a dick. I look at it because...
someone really put a dick in this.
Yeah,
yeah, they did that.
The odds of me...
I know somebody does that.
The last time I saw a dick cloud was I was 15 or 16. And then, a couple years ago, I saw a dick cloud again. It doesn't mean someone, like,
Someone's
that
up
it's a
there making
myth.
dick clouds. Some pilot up there.
I know pilots who fucking do that.
Make dick clouds?
Yeah, on purpose.
Yeah, but there's a difference between like a jet stream
Then yeah.
and a cloud
An
that's
actual
shaped like a
confirmation.
dick.
Yeah.
The point I'm trying to make is that I could tell you, Johnny and Taylor, that I saw a dick cloud 2 years ago, and you guys would be like, "Oh, that's pretty sweet. I've seen a cloud that looks like a lion once." And if someone walks in a conversation and goes,
Okay.
"I've seen a cloud that looks like a square,"
Yeah.
it's just going to be a story that someone tells at a pub. It's not going to be like a myth.
That's
it's not
true.
hurting anybody.
Like I've seen complex shapes and faces. Like one of the most recognizable things in the world is a face. Like you can see a face on everything, like that clock, my hand. So
yeah.
you can see a face in any cloud.
Yeah, what's that phenomenon in the clouds? Like when you personify clouds?
I don't know.
Or like when you see things in clouds?
I don't know.
I forget the name of it.
But you can see anything in a cloud. As a kid, your imagination, you can see dragons, you can see like babies, you can see anything in clouds. So like
Right.
I would say, who knows? I may have seen a cube in a cloud, but I was like,
Yeah,
that's just a fucking weird geometry shape.
But that's the difference, though.
Geometric?
That's the difference. These other ones that look like dinosaurs and look like bunnies are just puffballs.
I've seen.
They're not
yeah, I
rigid
get that.
Yeah, no one's shaping
know?
them. There's not some like
Yeah.
invisible being in the sky shaping
To
clouds.
you, to somebody who is religious, who maybe.
I know a lot of Christians, but like none of them say that Jesus is shaping clouds with his
I don't
hands
know.
like Play-Doh.
When I was a
He's
kid,
a balloon
when I
animal
was a
artist?
kid,
Yeah, he's not like a casual balloon
Wait,
artist.
when I was a kid, it's like I could pull straight up. Maybe I couldn't. When I was a kid, I was taught, and I still believe this, that when somebody dies, there are stairs. That I don't know if I believe this anymore, but there are stairs.
You don't know if you believe?
Did you learn this from Led Zeppelin?
No.
Denied.
No. There are stairs that lead them to heaven, quote unquote, or lack thereof. So when this happened multiple times in my life, I would see fucking stairs, clean cut lines, like 100 that go up, and you can see them in like ripples in the clouds. But I can name multiple people that have passed away in my life that this happens days later. Oh, dude.
That's pretty crazy.
And so that's why I believed it as a kid. I was like, this has got to be a religion.
Yeah, but I think that's also too. It's like that goes back to when we talked about the Bloody Mary thing. That it's the
what you want to see.
Exactly. It's the what you want to see. Like if you look at the clouds long
Yeah.
enough, if I go out tomorrow morning and I look in the clouds and it's a cloudy day and I look in the clouds long enough, I'll find a dick.
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely remember seeing clean cut lines. It looked like a fucking staircase, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
But a cube's different.
A cube is different.
A fucking like.
yeah.
We're talking like a 2D square, though, not necessarily a cube.
Oh, a
We're
square?
talking like as if you're holding up a piece of paper.
For those of you that know who can't sell, Taylor's holding up a piece of paper right now.
Holding up a piece of paper.
It's a white piece of paper and he's holding it.
angled at like a 32 degrees.
It's slightly bent. Slightly bent.
Southwest.
And on the top of it, it says the word notes, but I'm the only person who already notes. What the fuck's that?
It is true. We're going to take this nice little break time to allow you guys to caffeinate on what we hope is Death Wish coffee. It's the world's strongest coffee. You can get it today at deathwishcoffee.com. That is deathwishcoffee.com. So with so many issues against climate change and the fight for atmospheric control, it only makes sense that not only the U.S. government, but other governments around the world would use modern technologies to explore the true concept behind weather control. The only downside to this is that we just have to wait to see whether they use weather control for good.
Like
Or
for climate change.
We'll have to wait and see if they whether they use weather.
Or whether they
co-wonder.
utilize it in a way that will continue to harm our environment. I personally hope we never find out.
Wait,
But
climate change, right?
yeah, so that's the point I wanted to end on. One, to open up to hypotheticals, and two, to kind of let the listener go crazy a little bit, because those two words are such a conversational topic. Climate change.
Oh, totally.
Climate change, global warming, they're both conversational topics. What if weather modification, because you have
totally could be viable.
you have the complete split down the middle. Sure, summers get fucking hotter. Sure, winters get fucking colder. But they do every year, and they have forever.
I think it's
Every
just
single
I think
year they
it's the resurgence, or like the rapid increase of those drastic changes between cold and hot, and the differences in places like 20 years ago, Minnesota didn't go -60 Fahrenheit. And I don't know, like Southern California didn't go 128 degrees. It was just like maybe a place in Africa did, maybe a place in like Canada did, but like those are the extremes. But now it's like in our backyards, and that's what's so crazy. I'm not saying I believe or don't believe, but I would say it's definitely.
It shouldn't be about believing though, and that's the crazy part is that it's strictly political, and it has become a belief
Really,
system.
yeah, exactly.
And that's what makes me think. Okay, I was doing all the. I didn't know about weaponized weather warfare, or weather control. I didn't know about any of this until I did the research for the podcast. To know what I know now, which is what now all the listeners know. Thinking about climate control is completely different for me now because this is strictly a government decision. This is not forced science. This is a way to weaponize weather for military tactics, for the government. And some of the things with weather warfare is just strictly weather control in terms of there was one instance with weather control where they tried to send down, they tried to manipulate clouds in order to shift hurricane from hitting.
I think there was something weirdly about that with like 9/11 or something like that as well.
So there have been multiple instances where people have said, like the earthquake that happened in Japan,
moved,
that someone manipulated that as well. But the open idea of the manipulation of weather by our government or other governments, because it's probably not just us manipulating weather. That's the biggest thing to me with the climate change. Is it's a political. Climate change is not scientific. Climate change is political.
Sound it out.
It's like a weird motive to battle pollution, which, everyone fucking gets pollution is a bad fucking thing.
Yeah.
But I think the degree in climate change that they talk about that's a big shift is 2 degrees in either direction. It's 1 or 2 degrees. It is not big.
Yeah.
Hear me out. I've got an idea. Okay.
Are you about to bust this open, Johnny?
Okay, what if this?
You're the master buster. Someone call you a master man.
Oh, hey!
You know?
Okay, so what if there was a person, let's just call them Bob, and Bob was able to change weather and change all this stuff, and he was like, I'm going to slowly fuck with climate change and just turn the dial up a little bit every single year and start making people think, is this pollution or whatever, and then eventually he says, you know what? I know how we can fix this. I have to use climate manipulation or weather manipulation. He says, I have the golden key. I can fix this. Let me use my key. And Bob fucking uses this weather climate to fucking work with that whatever troposphere, whatever the ionosphere. And now that he has the key, he can use that sphere to his advantage and fucking do the fuck he wants. He can take over climates, he can take over weather, he can take over natural disasters. But everybody's cool with it because he can put back climate change and put things back to their normal degree.
That's pretty demonic.
But that's viable. If things are changing,
I think that the whole weather, manipulating the ionosphere and trying to do those science experiments that they're doing, my opinion, maybe not to even do anything with the weather. Maybe it was strictly to explore free energy in the ionosphere.
Right.
Okay.
So maybe it's strictly that, and they just need something that's not talking about, we're breaking open free power for the world. Let's not even talk about that right now. Let's talk about, we're doing this for the weather. We're trying to control rain, trying to control droughts. Dude, we've had fucking fires in California for how long? If they could put out that fire, I think they would.
I agree. I think people
that's the biggest thing. Is
know?
that if I think about Katrina, I think about the wildfires, I think about
Hurricane Irma.
How many famous people lost their houses? Those are the influential people. Those are probably
people in
owlish
Bohemian
people.
Grove.
Exactly. Very NWO, very Bohemian
Has
Grove.
Bohemian Grove ever gotten hit by a hurricane? I don't think so.
I mean, that's the interesting part. Why has this giant wooden place not been fucked by fires, hurricanes? Anyway, that's another topic for another time. But I think you're right, Taylor. Why would these things happen unless it was basically our government going, well, it's natural selection. Let's just let whatever happens happen.
Let it happen.
Let's only control the things that we can benefit off of. Because at the end of the day, and I hate to say this because it's a horrible thing, but you see it in all sorts of documentaries all the time. There are businesses in our world that capitalize and make money off of disaster.
Oh, yes.
There are a lot of people that do that.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of businesses do that. And so I think at the end of the day, I think if the weather manipulation thing is true, I think that there is a point that we hit where, okay, if something truly disastrous is going to take out X amount of people or a place of interest, we can manipulate it and try to change it.
Then why isn't California getting manipulated?
Well, yeah, because that's in my opinion, a very small that's a small event. That's a weather event, not a climate event.
What?
Like one event here in California, that's like, yeah, we can change the weather and make it rain. Maybe they can't change the weather in small scales like that. Maybe they can make big, large-scale manipulations that are more broad and like over larger periods of time.
It's also,
like you're saying, slowly raise or lower the temperature.
If we're going back to fact of water vapor in the air, California's dry as fuck. California's so dry. So dry to the point that water vapor over a wildfire,
it would cause a flood.
Technically, if we're going by the rules of weather control, because it is a real thing, maybe they can't cloud seed.
It probably can't. It probably like, okay, I've been in the Mojave Desert in Sedgex Road in California between like Las Vegas and LA or whatever, and you can, I swear, boil an egg on your car. I've seen it happen. Like you walk outside in like the Silver Lake bed outside of Sedgex Road, and you feel like you're having a heart attack. You pour water in your neck just to stay alive. It sucks. Every Kia commercial you've ever seen is filmed in this damn dry lake bed, and it's balls hot. You don't see a cloud ever, so there's no way they can like make a cloud. And if they could, people would know that was there from somebody else. Like that wasn't there, like in holes. Like imagine if randomly someone was like, now there's a whole cumuliform cumulonimbus and like thunderheads in the sky. That's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, we wouldn't fucking have deserts, you know?
Yeah.
If that was the point, there'd be all this land that would be utilized as crop and vegetation land.
And then they'd, like if they could do that, they'd fucking put all the hurricanes in, Egypt.
There would be a lot of solutions, and that's the biggest thing, is that there would be solutions to problems, like if there are crop problems that we have, where there are droughts and things like that that are killing crops. But then at the end of the day, the reverse is that if there are droughts, clearly there's a problem with the water vapor in the air, therefore they can't cloud seed. So
then so if they can't do the thing to help because it doesn't work, then they can't do shit.
Right. So you just have to let it take its course. You have to let nature take its course.
Maybe we're just talking about they can't put out a fire on that mass scale. Maybe they can do other things.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like maybe turn an area that's somewhat not a desert,
fruitful,
but it's just like it's somewhat dry, but there's still some humidity. Maybe they can manipulate that.
A place that can rain more.
Yeah.
Okay.
But dude, all right. So I was trying to find this episode. There's a Joe Rogan Experience episode where he talks with this dude named Randall Carlson. And they're specifically talking about climate change over long periods of time. And I believe this dude, he was talking about core samples that they take where they're able to look back many, many, many thousands of years. Core samples in Antarctica or whatever.
Sure.
And so they can see what the weather was like, what the climate was like in these different years throughout. And he shows this graph on that episode where it's like a graph, like a frequency chart, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And it's somewhat regular, degree this way, degrees that way, degrees this way, degrees that way. And it shows, like, I don't know the years off the top of my head, but like 10,000 years ago, let's say, that there was some cataclysmic, blah, blah, blah. Whenever they say the Ice Age was, he was like, yeah, this Ice Age happened, and there's that spike, blah, blam. And it's this crazy spike, I guess, downward. Insane spike, like 50 times the norm. And then it immediately spikes the opposite way for a period of however many years, But we're talking Ice Age, opposite of an Ice Age, and it bounces back out for a little while. And then another period of time happens, is boom, Ice Age, big old thing happens, and then it, boom, reverses in the other way, real big,
Get your point.
And it's just regular. So what if they're just like, yeah, it's gonna happen. What if they're just trying to figure out
when?
To maintain the small variations, which is this several degrees.
Yeah.
Like, who gives a shit if it's changing 3 degrees in either direction? Maybe that's good. We just don't want to change 100 degrees or whatever, whatever the degree is that is an ice age.
Maybe the concept is because we are here on Earth, we give a shit. Because like the couple degrees seems like a lot because we can't walk out in our summer homes and feel like we're sweating like a bitch, But like those 30 degrees back in prehistoric times, let's just hypothetically say like huge shifts, those were fine because we didn't live then. But right now, when we're trying to have our bougie lives and live our casual in the shade with our sunglasses on and our Gucci pants on, any variation that we're not used to is gotta be something that is fucked with.
Well, some arguments would say that people were living back then. And maybe people survived, maybe people didn't.
But what I'm saying is that like now, like today, we give a shit.
Hell yeah. Exactly.
Did the Ice Age hit, and this is probably an ignorant question, but like did the Ice Age hit the entire Earth?
Yeah, right?
Has that been proven, or is the Ice Age only central to one specific location, like I don't know.
Yeah.
When winter hits Canada and it's fucking freezing, but in Florida it's sunny as shit.
I'm not sure, but I think the way I understand it is just the ice caps were massive, and then near the equator is not necessarily ice, but it's probably fuck ton colder. And the things that would happen is like you could live there probably, but maybe not everything could live there, and things wouldn't be thriving. All the plants, the ecosystems wouldn't be the same.
Yeah,
So
no plants, no
Things would
wildlife.
have to start over.
Drastic change. It's like the day after tomorrow, where like everything.
Jurassic change is what they would say.
Drastic change. So that was a wonderful pun right there.
Coando.
So it's just like everything, I guess, north of the equator and south of the equator, it gets fucking torn apart by the ice age. But everything like a couple degrees longitude, latitude, up and down is just barely survivable.
Yeah, that's an assumption. Yeah, I think though. I think that's how I understand it. I don't think it was just a fucking ball of ice. I don't think much would have survived. There would have had to been places where things could survive.
Yeah, but everything can survive. Like there's certain things that can survive under roots. And that's what happened.
Yeah, totally.
Like
yeah.
even vegetation underwater. Like even like the ice could have frozen, but it wouldn't have frozen all the way
Well-
down. And then those things at the bottom could have survived. Like those fish.
Well, either
like,
way, Homo sapiens did survive.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if
Exactly.
they weren't the version of human that we are.
Yeah.
Obviously, Homo sapiens. Well, I mean, it's not obvious. It's not obvious. Those are the periods of time where people question. It's like, yeah, maybe we weren't here. Maybe that was a different humanoid, and we're maybe something different. We're a different brain because we eat mushrooms and shit.
Do you prefer the cold or the warm, Taylor?
I don't. I have to sleep in the cold. I can't sleep if it's hot.
Okay.
Other than that, it depends on what I'm doing.
No, Taylor, in
If
general.
I'm dressed, I don't like sweating my balls off, but I sweat a lot, dude. Like I'm always hot.
So, do you prefer the cold?
I prefer football season.
The cold.
Autumn. Fall.
Okay, Nick, do you prefer the hot or the cold?
Cold.
I prefer the cold.
I can warm up any day. but
Exactly.
to cool
Cooling
down,
sucks.
it freaking sucks. It costs money. Just give me a blanket.
Me a blanket.
Give me a blanket. Give me
Yeah.
some slippers. I'm good to go.
Yeah,
I
so I
think-
guess we could put layers on, but
I think
could we shed layers?
to people like you, I'm not trying to be a dick. People like
God,
to
I'd fucking die.
people like you, if you were a warm climate person, then the cold would fucking irate you. And to Nick and I, the warm would seem as the most drastic change.
Jurassic.
Yeah.
People who live in Canada are like, oh wait, it's a degree colder. Fuck. But if it's like a degree warmer,
Yeah. Serious, yeah. But I think in the Ice Age, it'd be like, no matter if you like hot or cold, it's just going to be like, this is too cold.
yeah, no, I know.
This is too cold.
Has there ever been like a climate? What?
Go ahead.
You know how there's like a cold age? Has there ever been like a warm age? Can you guys get off your fucking
just
phones, please?
directly following Ice Age.
Get off your fucking phones. I'm trying
I'm
to talk.
saying, yeah, directly following Ice Age,
Okay.
there's drastic warmth.
Okay.
It spikes one way, spikes the other, smaller spikes, it evens out.
Maybe that's
just like you would see frequency chart in anything.
maybe
know what I
that
mean?
is the Armageddon that we're looking for.
What? Climate Armageddon?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's what they say. Is that when hell freezes over?
Yeah. When hell freezes over, fire and brimstone and such. Dude, the word I was looking for earlier, pareidolia.
What's that mean?
Seeing faces in random objects.
Okay.
Oh
Recognizing
yeah, I've seen a movie
faces.
about that.
Pareidolia.
I think it was called Pareidolia. When hell freezes over, the clouds will ice, and everyone's butthole will turn inside out.
I don't like that. I hate that word so much.
And everyone will have to eat fish because that's one symbolism of the devil.
It's
According
not-
to
it's
Jonathan
not-
Clark.
It's not
I
a
thought
symbol.
it was a symbolism of the Lord.
It's not.
Fish?
Yeah, it technically is that fish.
It technically is. We know that
Yeah.
Johnny is now an atheist.
What
Ah,
the
yeah.
fuck?
What?
Is that-
Here's,
yeah, that's
here's
true.
the
Now, if
thing.
you said that the sacred being that is a fish, if you said the
I
sacred being
don't-
that's a fish, if you're trying to
the
tell me,
catatafish.
you trying to tell me that that's the devil,
Smells.
you need to go to church.
A dead fish smells.
You need to get saved, boy.
Okay, I don't think fish are the symbol for God. I don't think that's a thing.
But you
Yeah,
also
well,
think
yeah,
they're
they are.
the damn
Are they
devil.
really?
Yeah, man.
They have that whatever
the fish
that's
symbol.
on the back of cars. Is that really? Is that a okay?
I think
It's
that's
also the
symbol for
Hootie and the
Jesus.
Blowfish logo.
Oh, yeah.
And
The band fish.
It's also a
Let's see
fucking
what
like
that means.
ribbon. I don't think that's all I'm saying with a fish thing is I don't enjoy the taste. I'm sure people would say, like asparagus tastes like the devil. It's just a fucking euphemism or like a analogy, I guess.
Euphemism.
Euphemism.
Okay, so the symbolic meaning of the ichthys, I get ICHTHYS,
What?
or also known as the bunch of weird letters, like Roman letters, his lunate. I don't fucking know.
This don't make no
basically,
sense.
It translates into English as Jesus Christ.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay, well then I guess that was sacrilege of me. My bad. I don't know.
That's
I
weird.
guess crucify me.
It's like a half of an infinity symbol.
Yeah, exactly. It's a half an infinity symbol.
I don't know where that correlates to, but
I don't know. Actual dead fish, I don't like. Kill me if you think that's different. I don't like it.
Nobody killed Johnny. We need him.
Thanks, Nick.
So, I mean, what do we think? I mean, I don't know.
I think it's possible.
What,
I think-
climate change?
I think. Let me take a step back. I think it's possible that somebody could control the weather and could what's the ionosphere?
Ionosphere.
Could control an atmosphere in which the ions, whatever, had a role to do with our electric field, our jet streams. Mind control, I think, is a bit of a stretch.
I'm gonna hit you something crazy.
Well, that's how I feel, Nick. So thank you for letting me stop.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, I had to piggyback off what you're saying, but you were talking so much that I had to jump in before you got past the point that I was going to
You
jump
can
on.
piggyback, and I'll run to this finish line.
Naked?
Sure. Ew.
So I'm no Johnny Clark, so I don't know if I can bust this open. But
Bust it open.
what if? Because we are hybrothetical thinking, so I'm going to hit you with a hybrothetical.
oh, brother.
What if weather warfare, Project Popeye, and the 54th Weather Reconnaissance Squadron are an illusion? What if they never existed? What if they were created to create fear? Then basically we monitored the weather and told, like during the Vietnam War, we said, hey, Operation Popeye, we controlled your stuff being flooded. We did that.
Yeah, just as like a fake out.
fearmonger.
Like,
We have the power.
Right.
Like, you know that flood that happened in wherever?
that was us.
We
That was
did
us.
that. Yeah.
That was us.
Who's
Holy
to say-
shit.
Who's to say it's not all a facade? Because there is no...
I'm on the facade boat for sure.
Yeah, think about magic. You know, how powerful is magic when magic
Well,
is
yeah,
just
it
the
just
illusion?
depends
It's a
on
grand
how
illusion.
many unit powers they have on the card, how many attack points they have. and defense attack.
Not Magic the Gathering, Taylor.
Oh,
this is the
okay,
third time
oh,
this week
okay.
we've got this confused. I'm talking about
Shit,
magic.
magic, like the
actual
basketball
magic.
player. Yeah.
No, not magic. Oh, we're going down.
Oh, magic.
My mic is going to fall.
Magic.
Oh.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
So I think it could be possible that people would just use it as a ploy to say, I am in charge of you. I can
Yeah.
control the weather.
The weather.
It's like what Dr. Oz, or not Dr. Oz, my bad, Wizard of Oz. Like he can control
trust
fucking.
Dr. Oz.
No, I know. He can control everything. Like if you can
Yeah.
control the weather, fucking they'd fear the shit out of you. There was a movie about this, wasn't there? Oh my gosh, it was like a Christmas movie. You know what I'm talking about?
The what?
Nick's microphone's
I
fucking.
don't know what's
Nick, it's
happening
gonna fall. It's
right
gonna fall.
now.
It's gonna fall. It's gonna fall.
But it's not doing anything.
Yeah, Nick.
I just can't get this Tool song out of my head.
Tighten this side. No, me.
Disposition.
Right here, Nick. Right here. This thing.
If you guys like
Yeah,
good
tighten
music,
that.
check out the song Disposition. It mentions the word weather.
Disposition.
Watch the weather change.
That's a cool episode.
But I think that I'm on the facade side where they're could possibly using the manipulation of weather as like, hey, yeah, let's check it out, see if we can do anything with it. But in my opinion, if they're talking all this ionosphere stuff, they're talking magnetic fields around the Earth, talking about this place where they can. This ionosphere is an available place that two sources so far we've talked about have talked about utilizing it for free energy.
Right.
You know, yeah, I think it's entirely possible that they're trying to figure that out. Maybe, because it said that Tesla didn't write stuff down. Like, a lot of the stuff was just in his head. So it's possible they got some notes on it and they got some specs. I'm like, okay, this is what he was doing, but we don't know everything he was doing because he didn't write fuck down. So maybe they're just like, they got part of the puzzle and they're just trying to figure the rest out and trying to utilize this ionosphere to get some free energy. And it just is, maybe it is working, maybe it isn't. I don't know.
Yeah.
We won't know because we laymen.
If I see any square
true.
clouds, I'll figure that shit out.
Yeah, I'm still trying
Look
to
for the
figure out the
square
square
clouds.
cloud thing, man. Yeah, check it out because there's a lot of shit online that shows them, and there's no like explanation. It's just like a lot of square clouds have been happening lately, just like a lot of these other weird things have been happening, like these big booms that have been happening everywhere. That just like, what the fuck is? No one knows what they
That
are.
could be just a sonic boom like a jet overhead.
Yeah, for some reason that's been unproven. Like,
Unproven?
yeah, disproven. Yeah, for some reason it's like unexplained. You know.
Booms.
Doesn't
Yeah,
make
big
sense.
loud booms that are just like all over the earth.
You know-
Yeah, you guys gotta get on the YouTubes, man. There's this shit's out there, bro.
It's all about that YouTube life. I'm just saying, this whole thing wasn't a conspiracy theory. I mean, in a sense, it was like this weaponized weather is a conspiracy theory that's been proven as being true, with case files and government files that have been released over long periods of time due to time passing. But I think that the idea of weaponized weather and weather warfare is a conspiracy theory in its own, because it was, yes, while it might be fact on paper, I do think that it's an illusion. I think it's an illusion for control, and that's, goes back to my moon landing situation.
Control.
Is I think that
directed by Nick Fury.
Starring Stuart Austin. Yeah, I think it's possible.
Yeah, no, it's an illusion.
So we are gonna do an episode one day on directed energy weapons, and this will surely play a part in it. And we'll talk again. There's this one example. We had a scrapped episode that had some pretty cool points in it that were made, and one of them was like very heavily related to this. So one day when we do our directed energy weapons, we'll pop this out and be like weather as a weapon. We'll talk about that shit.
Fuck yeah.
Yep, it's going to come back. We're going to talk about it. Until then, guys, we've been together for 25 amazing weeks.
25 weeks? How many months is that? 5?
Since March.
6.
Since March. It's been a long time.
Half a year, dude.
I thought you said how many weeks is that? I was like,
months. Sorry, how many
25?
months? How many months, 25 weeks? How do you spell 911? I don't know.
It's a good time with good friends, and the fact that we've made so many more friends, which are all these people listening all over the world that we're connected with.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Apparently Germany.
Yeah. Please interact with us. Like, subscribe to our iTunes. Hit us on wherever the fuck you listen to our shit.
Yeah, message us.
Hit me in person.
5 stars. Yeah, send us messages. Hit us on the Instagrams.
Hit me in the
We've got
Facebook.
cool shit hitting you all the time.
Yeah, we have Facebook. We still have the Patreon.
Everything.
We have a website. We have so much cool stuff coming. And seriously, we run all of it. We run the Instagram. We run the Facebook. We run our website that you can subscribe to a mailing list.
The world.
We run all of it.
Who run it?
Hi, bro.
Who run it?
Hi, bro.
Cool runnings.
Who run it?
Hi, bro.
Cool runnings.
Cool runnings. So yeah, reach out, talk to us, let us know what's up. All the people in Australia and Germany and England
where else?
and the U.S. and Canada. It's amazing that we've had that sort of reach, and we have all these new people that we can call friends.
So Australia too.
All around the world.
I said Australia.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, damn it, Johnny.
Just make sure our ladies out in Australia know that we're thinking about them.
We love their accents.
Also, big shout out to Christina Reisbeck for
Christina,
telling us to leave the table and go record this podcast in Edison, New Jersey. Who else have I thought? Big thanks to Future Monsters for sticking by us after all this time.
I don't do this often, but thanks to our animators for our animation, Zane Knight and Richard Kredoff. I'm actually wearing one of the shirts from one of our, I don't know who the artist was for that, but like we got some great team of people that
the artist on this is actually Australian, I believe.
What?
Yeah.
Shouts out.
The name is Tristan. The Instagram handle is Sergeant Bones. SGT Bones. Their shit is fucking dope. It's all the same style. Check it out. It's fucking dope.
Shout out to I guess Deathwish Coffee and
Deathwish Coffee.
Yeah.
So Future Monsters, thanks for being a part of this for so long, and Deathwish Coffee, brand new sponsor, and we couldn't be happier. We're gonna see Jeff and Dustin this weekend. Dude, shut the fuck up! He's trying. I'm trying to give an emotional shout out. He's sitting here looking at me like I'm some damn Muppet.
It's not what I was looking at you at.
Muppet Pep.
I was about to make a great comment, but
okay,
right.
Go ahead.
I don't know what I was saying.
I forgot too. So,
well, I guess you know what. Thank you, Taylor, for being here for 25 weeks. Nick, thank you for being here for 25 weeks, and thank me
guys.
for being here 25 weeks. Getting constant scrutiny.
You could just wait until we thank you back.
No,
you don't have to thank yourself.
I want to thank me for also being here because, like, I think you should thank yourself and you should thank yourself.
Yeah, you gotta have the motivation to get up and do it, and
Fuck yeah, dude.
just fucking do it.
You know what my motivation is?
With a hybrid life.
You too.
God, that just touched me right in the center of my soul. Right in the center of it. Fuck. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it, y'all.
I want you to know what commitment looks like. My mic is attached to this table in this hotel.
He's holding it.
In this hotel boardroom, and I've been holding it for the last 15 minutes.
He's holding like one of those announcers in a boxing ring. He goes, "Let's get ready to rumble." He's holding
My arm hurts so bad.
Not Michael Buffer.
Michael Bay?
Bruce Buffer. Michael Buffer and Bruce Buffer. They're brothers.
The Buffer brothers.
Yeah, Michael Buffer is the boxing guy.
BBs.
Bruce Buffer is the
Coming
UFC
to
guy.
HBO near you. The Buffer brothers.
The Buffer brothers.
For reals though, guys, thank you so much for for all of this. We're still going strong. This isn't the end, and we're making it sound like it's the last episode we've ever.
We're a fourth away to 100. Fucking, that's the goal.
And I have, if you see any square clouds or any dick clouds, send them our way.
Yeah, we love all the
clouds,
cloud dick pics,
clouds,
dick cloud pics.
Right.
I don't like any of that stuff. I don't
scratch the dick cloud.
I don't want it.
And then one last I want to say a big thanks to Daniel Coughlin.
Oh, Danny Coughlin,
butt plug enthusiast.
Oh, Danny.
He's here watching our podcast, and he hasn't left once yet.
He hasn't left once.
Daddy boy.
He's representing.
Represent Danny.
We couldn't do it without him. He's been there since number one.
Danny, come here. 25 episodes later, what do you have to thank as a listener?
Thanks for the butt plug.
On the real, though.
On the real, thanks for as a listener, thank you for the podcast. Thanks for making it past like 8 episodes, because you're definitely just blowing my mind right now. The fact we're at 25. Really love if you guys went to Lorraine Warren's house in Connecticut. That'd be so dope. Calling you out, Nick Floyd.
So Dan lives in Connecticut near Lorraine Ward, who's like the Annabelle doll owner. So that's why he wants to go there.
From The Conjuring, calling you back out, Danny.
She owns a doll. That doll is scary.
Anyway. Guys, thanks for another great episode.
Thank you for another great episode.
We're never going to get better at saying goodbye at the end of the podcast.
We're like Italians.
Yeah, this one was supposed to be shorter than 5 minutes at the end. I remember we made that pact last week.
We did make the pact.
We? Yeah, maybe we should make an official pact for next week. We're just going to say, oh, that's all the info. Bye.
I could easily make it. I can make it way quicker than that.
I know you can. It's got to be legible
I
as well.
should be the person that exits us out.
No.
Maybe.
Fine. Nick says yes. Taylor says maybe. I say yes. It's a 3-way tie. Are you at home? Tell us. Should I close this out as an auctioneer?
Nope. Guys, thank you so much. I've been and always will be until we're kicked off the internet. I'm Nick.
Guys, I'm at Willingstone on Instagram. Give me follows. I need them.
I'm Jonathan Clark. On Instagram, I have a lot of N's and Y's. Don't worry about it.
I am Nick Floyd.
Where'd you mind? All right, fine. Johnny with 3 N's and 7 Y's. There you go.
Johnny's the complicated one.
When I was a kid, I wrote my name with so many N's and Y's. Bye.
Because he didn't know how to spell, and he still doesn't. Guys, thank you so much. We'll talk to you next week. Please interact with us on social media. We're there, and we'd love to hear from you.
Adios, amigos.
Happy 25th birthday. Wait, were you going to say something else?
I was going to say, happy birthday, Yvonne. True. Really? We wish it was our birthday.
Right, can we
so
sing
we can party
again?
too. Ready?
One,
only party knows
2,
happy
3,
birthday.
4.
Happy birthday. What's all your dreams come true. We wish it was your birthday. So we can party too.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Bye,
Happy birthday. Bye.